From when I was a kid, just really liked music. I used to like ABBA and wanted to be in a band. Didn't play an instrument at that point. My cousins actually showed me how to play stuff on the piano, so almost straight away I started writing songs. When I was 17, I was playing guitar and we sort of formed a band straight away. But we spent a lot of time rehearsing. It took us probably 2 or 3 years before we performed at parties. One of the reasons why I got into teaching was I went up to Flinders and you could do teaching and do performing arts. And they had a really good rehearsal space, so I ended up doing teaching because there was somewhere to go for band practice, and we used to practice up there all the time. It was really good. Sleepy Ghost came about because I was in a band called Sleepless, so there's an obvious thing there, a connection, but it was more to do with the idea that I was working on my own, really wanted to work out how to sing on my own, to pursue my voice, and I found this vocal processor and it sounded a bit spooky, so the whole Sleepy Ghost thing sort of came out of that. Jangle pop has been sort of a thing that we've always done, so when I think back to what we were doing like when I was 17, we sort of got into the jangly stuff like the Church and R.E.M. And the Smiths, and that sort of became our sound. Like highlights, like really good shows stay in your mind. We played a support full Club Hoy, and they packed the venue out. We played, and the crowd loved us, and it was we wanted more of that. Just before grunge happened, we got picked up by Triple J. They came to town and recorded a whole lot of local bands, and they recorded us. And we sort of took that for granted, whereas now we know how difficult that is. Once you get your first gig, people get to know you, and then you work out whether they'll like you or not, and whether they'll have you back. The Grey Assembly is an example where I still have to say, have you got something coming up? But they'll give me a couple of shows because they know what to expect. We've sort of always picked like there's been pubs that have been our favourite pubs, and then there's been other gigs where we just played gigs to raise money. And the audience is pretty much your friends, your family, and your family's friends. You're always saying, why am I doing this or what am I doing it for? Because fairly early on it became clear to us we weren't going to be huge. And the answer to that is you can't not. Always remember saying to people, I'm going to be in a band.
Thanks for hanging around.